Welcome to the Franchise Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Giuseppe Grammatico, your franchise guide, and we have a very special episode today. We have been getting a lot of questions on what is the process of finding a franchise, and thought I would put together a 4-part series, kind of a show for every part of the process, going through figuring out how to go about researching a franchise. So been getting some messages on social media and some emails. So thought it would be beneficial to really kind of go through and give a detailed explanation, a real life example of someone that may be looking to go through the process and figure that out. So thanks again for joining today. Thanks for your feedback. As always, I do value your feedback and questions, and it does help me to create valuable content that the listeners will find useful. So number one, I just wanted to throw at the bottom of the screen here. So ggthefranchiseguide.com, where you can find all the information we're discussing today, YouTube videos, podcast, book, /process. And that is going to give you a general overview, not in detail, but just an overview of the process that we're going to be going over today. So on today's episode, it'll be a little bit shorter than usual, but we're going to tackle step 1 in the process. And that step is really what we call a right fit intro call. So what is a right fit intro call? So typically I will do a 20-minute video call with someone that has questions about franchises, just wants to gather additional information and figure out if there's a good fit. And the problem that we solve is not what is the best franchise for me. The true initial problem that we solve is figuring out if business ownership is the right fit. So we talk about business ownership, where you're at currently at your job, and what you're looking to produce. So why a business? A business is a lot of work, right? There's an investment, there's obviously a risk, but why are you exploring business ownership? So the true problem that we solve on a daily basis is business ownership a good fit? And now, secondly, are you looking for that business to be built for you, or do you want to build the business from scratch? Now, obviously, the business built for you with systems in place day one is going to be a franchise, and we want to make that decision together if it's a good fit. So we spent about 20 minutes or so answering any questions or concerns on franchise ownership as well as business ownership. And at the very end of the call, we mutually agree if we'd like to move forward. And if we do, I send out a questionnaire that takes about 15 minutes, gives us a general overview of what you're looking to accomplish with the franchise. There's a small section on financials. Will you have a partner? Where's your franchise located in the country? Do you have a specific city or zip code that you're looking to stay within? So some of those questions we give to you, because some of the questions will require a little bit of thought, and then we will review that on our following call, which is part 2 of this 4-part series, and that is the consultation call. So we'll save that conversation for the next show here. So a big part of it, and what I like to tackle is I like to learn as much about you as possible. So again, goals. What are you looking to accomplish? The big question is 5 years from now. Where are you? What are you looking to accomplish 5 years from now? How will you know you've hit success and that you're happy with your progress? So we explore things like that to really get a feel as to what you're looking to accomplish, why this business, and we spent a lot of time there. Other section or other part of that call is just your general franchise questions. A big percentage is a lot of myths, and a lot of people we talk to, and at no fault their own. It's just common questions is franchising all restaurants and fast food? Do I need $1 million plus in order to open up a fast food restaurant? And we talk about the 4,000 plus franchise companies that are in the United States, as well as Canada. We talk about the different industries, the types of ownership and things like that at a very high level, and spend more time on the consultation. So really, it's a great stepping stone. Some people realize after this call that franchising maybe is not a good fit. They may want to go the startup route. In other cases, they solidify franchising is the route to go. And maybe the timing isn't right, meaning maybe the financials aren't there, or they are looking to make a move and would rather, make that move first, different part of the country, and then revisit that franchise to make sure there's obviously availability. So we definitely meet you where you're at, help you where we can. And if there is not the immediate need to kind of jump in and look at franchise companies, we'll put together an action plan of when to follow up next. And we book our follow-up calls right then and there. So he's available. I follow up personally on all questions, messages, comments, you name it. So I'm with you every step of the way. But it has to be a good fit, right? So obviously, we're going to be working closely together. So want to make sure that there's that fit, that match, and that you are willing also to put in the time. As looking through and the due diligence of a franchise does take time. There's our time working together. You're going to be talking with funding companies, which is also a part of the intro call. We'll make an intro to a funding partner just so you can gauge what your options are. Just like buying a home, you want a budget and you want to know your options for funding, interest rates, 15-year loan, 30-year loan. You're going to do the same on the funding side. See if you have access to retirement money or cash savings, personal loans, home equity lines of credit, SBA loans, the list goes on. We can link one of the previous shows that we'll talk at length with one of our funding partners that you guys can check out. I'll put that all in the show notes. What else? And so we'll continue that call, wait to get the questionnaire. And that second call is truly that deep dive in figuring out what your ideal business looks like. So not ready to schedule a call. And if you're listening, you can always send me an email. Email's here at the bottom, gg@ggthefranchiseguide.com. You can also go right to the website and submit any questions you may have. Also, the book, it's under the resource tab. Click on book, and you can download the book for free, which will also talk to you about the process as one of the sections, and along with a lot of other information regarding franchising and business ownership. And finally, if you are ready, you can just jump in again on the calendar and book a call with me today. And that is a 20-minute intro call, which would be basically what we discussed today. Nice and short conversation, and really spend some time figuring out if it's a good fit. And that's where I see a lot of people, they're jump into franchise ownership and they're looking specifically at, okay, what franchise will be a good fit for me? So I think we need to do things in a certain order. And I think by figuring out, reverse engineering it and working in reverse, figuring out if the franchise is a good fit and figuring out and solving that problem, right, for people trying to make the choice. Then we start figuring out what the ideal business looks like, followed by 2 or 3 companies that potentially match. So I hope this is helpful. Again, thank you for your feedback and the suggestion of recording a show that really kind of talks about the process and what we do. And as always, it's all about you. I've used this a few times, and it's not about the hot franchise or what's the hot, sector or industry. It's really about what is the right fit for you. We want a business you're going to thrive in, be happy, and do extremely well. We want sustainability with these types of businesses. So I hope this was of help. We are going to dive in a second episode, and we'll talk about the consultation. So thanks again for joining today. Hopefully you found this valuable, and reach out if you have any questions or would like to chat. Take care. Bye-bye.